What's good, YouTube? BeatyMoney here, back for another vlog. It's been a couple weeks since I'm pulling up. Sorry about that. I have I spend a lot of my time just making music, and I don't take as much time as I would like to talk to everybody. But yep, I'm here in my studio in New York City, just working on some music, and I just want to take some time to speak to everybody. Not anything's changed. I haven't had any crazy things happen, like somebody like crazy artists like, oh, I want to use your beats or anything like that. I'm just here grinding and trying to get better production. I am still on my cut, which I started a couple weeks ago, and I am getting leaner. I did post up a picture on my Instagram that, weirdly enough, I did lose followers because of it, but hey, it is what it is. I do bodybuilding and I make music, so it's part of who I am. Right now my food is pretty clean. I've been eating fairly clean. I've started my cardio up again, which I haven't put up too much cardio because I live in New York City, so I do walk a lot. So I'm already getting at least 20 minutes of cardio a day. But I started slowly before I work out. I've been doing about 15 minutes on the step mill just to get my body warm and get the blood flowing, so that when I do go to train, I've already got my metabolism and all that firing. And my diet is pretty clean. I know that there's a lot of people out there that talk about money and talk about, you know, I can't eat clean because I don't have the diet or the money for my diet. And really, it's cheaper to eat clean, honestly, because if I'm just buying rice and chicken breast and some vegetables, it's much cheaper than going out to eat. I don't generally go out to eat any as it is, but I've been eating on a clock. I'm eating about 5 meals a day right now. I'm getting about 200 grams of protein in, and actually my carbohydrates, I'm not super strict about weighing my carbs and measuring them too much. I'm kind of going off of how I feel a little bit, because at this point, after almost 10 years in, I kind of know like how much carbs I need and I feel I need. Since my goal is to lose fat, I'm not trying to overdo my carbohydrates, and I'm trying to bring them down, adjust them accordingly depending on how I feel. If I really feel like I need a refeed and I need some carbs in me, I'm feeling that the symptoms of not having too much carbs, then I will go ahead and add them into my diet. So that's kind of where I'm at. I am getting leaner. If you follow me on Instagram, BeatyMoney, and you will see my progress. I'm going to try to put up a progress photo once a week on Instagram just to show people where it's at, because I really do. I want to get leaner just for myself. I haven't been super shredded in a minute. And at the same time, I'm trying to bring up some lagging body parts. I don't have the biggest arms, but I am trying to grow them slowly. So I am doing extra days on arms. I'm doing every day is arm day. I do touch my arms a little bit every day right now. That is no joke. There are small muscle groups, so you can get away with that. Now on to music. I know in my last vlog I spoke a little bit about, I'm going to talk about playing trombone. Or my history as a trombonist, because that's what brought me into this crazy life that I have, is trombone. And it's brought me all over the world. It's got me educated, because where I'm from, we're not too, no, just kidding, we're pretty, there's some educated, my family's pretty smart. But it did give me education, and brought me around a lot of amazing people and gave me a lot of amazing experiences. So trombone was my first love. It's always been my first love. I started playing trombone around 11, and the way that I decided to play trombone, I don't come from a family of musicians. I saw a French horn when I was in 5th grade, and I thought it was the coolest looking thing ever, so I was like, I want to do that. And so when I got to 6th grade, and I should also back up, this is all in Texas. I'm from Texas originally, if you couldn't tell by my Texas tattoo. I'm from Texas, I'm from Beaumont, but I grew up in San Antonio, so I'm a huge Spurs fan. Sorry, y'all, if you don't like the Spurs, sorry. Huge Spurs fan. But anyways, San Antonio, I get there, and I join beginner band. And the band director is like, hey, I need you to pick 3 instruments to try. So I was like, cool, I want to play French horn because I knew that's what I wanted. Trumpet, because I knew the name. And I saw a trombone on a table, and I was like, I think I'm going to try that one too. And I couldn't make a sound on the French horn or the trumpet, really. I mean, I don't know if I couldn't, but there wasn't really sound come out. And truth be told, I think the band director really needed trombonists. So when I picked it up, the sound came out, and he's like, oh, you're a trombone player. And I was just so pumped to have an instrument, because I just really wanted to do music as a kid. And I didn't come from a musical family, so we had a really good band program when I was in middle school. And the band directors, Mr. O, Mr. Driftmeyer, those guys were awesome. I don't even know if they're still alive, honestly. But they were amazing teachers, and I'm grateful for them. And I think kind of now that I'm starting to talk about trombone a little bit, you know, nothing happens in a vacuum. You know, even with this beat stuff, if it wasn't for some of my friends, Chris Morgan in particular, OJ Marion Ross, then I would never be where I'm at, because there's always people that come along that help you. You know, nobody's self-made. I don't care who goes out and says I'm self-made. That's bullshit. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I've had teachers along the way that have helped me tremendously, and so the way that I really decided to dedicate my life to trombone was I had a teacher named Mike Brumbaugh. Again, I don't even know if he's around still too. Who gave me a cassette tape. Yep, I'm that old. A cassette tape of Frank Roslino. And on the A side, he put this record called "Thinking About You," and actually on the way the track listing is on the actual record, the song that he put first was "Around Midnight," but that's not actually how it is on the record. He just happened to put it first, and I just remember having this like coming to Jesus moment where I put it in my stereo and I press play, and Frank Roslino comes out after this guitar solo, like screaming these high Fs on trombone, and I'm like, that is what I want to do. So I remember when all the way from middle school through high school, I'm sitting there like trying to get these high Fs, you know, and so that's how it all started for me. As soon as I heard Frank Roslino, I knew that I wanted to do this for my life, and I dedicated my life to trombone playing. I still, while I don't really do a whole lot of jazz playing, even though I mean I do still do gigs, but like I don't go out of my way to book at Smalls or at the just New York City jazz clubs or have a quote unquote jazz group. Jazz is always going to be a love of mine, and so I heard Frank Roslino for the first time, and I was like, yep, this is what I'm going to do for my life. And even to this day, I mean, I can't put in 6 to 8 hours a day like I did all throughout my teens and my 20s, early 20s. But I still, you know, it's my first love. My passion is trombone playing. Although I really love beats, don't get me wrong, beats are amazing, and I love being in Ableton, and I spend a lot more of my time in Ableton than I do on my trombone these days. Yeah, so I heard Roslino, decided I'm going to do that, so eventually I worked, and I got accepted into Interlochen Arts Academy. Again, with another teacher of mine who really fanned the flame, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Ron Wilkins, another trombonist. He's in New York City now, but in the time he was like the man in San Antonio, still is the man in Texas when he goes back. I wouldn't be here without him. So ended up at Interlochen. Again, those of you guys familiar with Interlochen, it's an amazing arts high school. I did my last 2 years there, and then music trombone brought me to New York City, where I went to New School University for my undergrad degree. I moved here August 2001, which I vlog for another day. I saw 9/11 in person on 6th Avenue and 13th Street. I saw the towers fall with my own eyes. So I did my undergrad there, New School University, and I've been in New York City ever since 2001. And I did my master's at NYU, and I've had so many great experiences along the way. I don't want this to get super long, so I don't want to go into, I'm not going to talk too much specifics of trombone playing. Again, my subscriber base is pretty low right now, and my followership on Instagram is still pretty low too. I don't know exactly what people want to see. I do have intentions of putting up beat videos, me making beats, and also me practicing or showing techniques on trombone as well, as well as the fitness stuff too. I'm always working out. I'm always eating a certain way. Again, if you want to follow my cut, me getting shredded, probably see more updates. You'll see that more on Instagram, more so than on YouTube. But I'm gonna put up videos of me, what I consume in a day too. My hurdle right now with showing videos of me making beats is that I don't have studio monitors. So I could show a video of me making a beat, but it would literally be just you watching silence as I work in headphones. But it's coming, you know, little by little. Everything takes time. You just gotta be willing to put in the work, and that's what I'm doing. Put in the work, and just staying on the grind of it. Trying to take care of my body as well as take care of my music. So thanks everybody if you've listened to this whole thing. Props to you, because that's pretty awesome. And I'm gonna keep putting up vlogs, and as we go along and I get more subscribers, we'll see what people want me to speak about. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the subscribers I do have. I really appreciate you. And I'm gonna keep putting up that music and keep putting up these trombone videos and still keep growing in every way: music, trombone, and fitness. So thank you, everybody. Stay encouraged, stay positive, and it's a good day. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Peace.